lovely evening this evening as we are in the middle of October. And thank you for coming along to another Valhalla Cafe blog. And we are just going to send out some invites here for some lovely people to come and join in. It'll be the usual suspects, most definitely. So guys, I hope you've had a lovely week with everything that's going on, and unfortunately it looks like this corona malarkey is going to keep plaguing us, and we'll just have to make the best out of it as we go along. Training today was a lot of fun, and let's see who we got. Who we got here? I think it's Adrian who's coming in through the door, and he should be coming through there. Not that door there, but in the next little bit over. Yep, sorry, there he is. He's coming through. And it's Adrian. How you doing, Adrian?
Good evening. How are we?
All good, my friend. How are things? And we got Paul in down below. Down below. How you doing, Paul?
Hello.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Where is our super duper champion of Tafl? Is he too tired and gone to rest with all of his victories? Where is he?
That's Mo. No, it's gonna go that far, I don't think.
On your phone, was it?
I have my phone on the side there. Hey, there you go. All right.
Hey,
Yes.
there we go.
There we go.
He's down there. And he's
Hello.
and Jaeger is down there. Isn't he the most wonderful? And there goes Lola in total disgust. She's heard it. She's gone out. She's come back in again. She's beside herself with fury as regards Jaeger's success today on the Tafl games. She's not a happy girl. She has said that she's coming over next Sunday, and Jaeger better be on his best behavior, because she's taken.
That's a big ass.
So it could be the end of the glory days for Jaeger. I don't know. Watch this space, folks, because anything can happen.
It can indeed.
World
This
war.
is the blood axe.
This is it. This is the thing. So today, I witnessed a young man trying on a male shirt. I think probably the first time he's ever tried it on. Isn't that right, AD?
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, it was. It surprised me. It was very kind of cumbersome before it was on, but once it's on and supported by your shoulders, it's surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah.
And manoeuvrable.
Yes, it's always a good thing to go swimming in one of those as well. It's very good for swimming. Keeps you warm in the water.
See, I think you think I'm silly.
Ah.
I think you think I'll just try anything.
No. So do you fancy getting a shirt of mail?
I think that will be on the shopping list, certainly. For early next year, I think. And then of course we'll have to decide whether we're going to wear mail when we do the grand walk.
That'll be interesting.
Well,
I think
that's going to be about 15-20 kilos extra.
Yeah.
The Battle of Hastings guy did it and seemed okay, didn't he? So
It's just
again, I suppose if it's something that you really want to do it. But there are depictions on the Bayeux Tapestry of male shirts being carried on or between two people on a pole, and the male shirt is supported by its arms a pole going through both arms and being carried, one in front and one in back, being carried along. I think there's one of them or a couple of those. I might be wrong, but I think that it's on the Bayeux Tapestry. I think.
Oh, right.
I might be wrong. I might be
Have a
wrong.
Did,
We'll
But,
have to
yeah,
look at
please comment below in the comment section below. Let
I
us
did
know.
go and see that many years ago.
Did you in Bayeux in France?
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah, they took us with school over there.
really?
Yeah, to have a look.
There is a facsimile, a replica of it in Reading, I think.
Oh, right.
Wasn't there something about the Bayeux Tapestry was supposed to be travelling for a little while?
Don't know. I don't know.
Or it was at least going to a different country for a display for some time? I might
think
be wrong.
If it was coming to the UK, I think we would have heard about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we would have heard about it, but I'm sure I've read something. It's another country in Europe, but I'm sure I've seen something.
I would imagine something like that would come to one of the big London museums, wouldn't it, or one of the big galleries? I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like when we went to see the Terracotta Warriors, and that was at the Liverpool Museum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. There's some. I believe there's a permanent Viking exhibition in the British Museum that I'm intending to go and check out at some stage in the not too distant future.
Yeah. I'm not too sure either, but we did do an event that was overseen by the curator of the big Viking exhibition that was on down there about 3 years ago or thereabouts. I can't remember his name, but there was it was a massive thing, and we Blood Axe and one or two other groups got together for an event that was organized by him at one of the biggest firework displays in the country at that time. That was up at Tutbury Castle, and yeah, he was mightily impressed with Blood Axe. So, but he's never pulled a sense. I don't know.
Kind of saved the day because they didn't have any combatants.
That's right. Yeah. We stormed in and we saved the day, so to speak. So it was
Excellent.
It was a lot of good fun. But yeah.
Although we got lots of free food, and I think there was some leftover booze at the end of the night, so it was all gravy.
Yeah, I think we got absolutely fucking lashed.
Sausage snapper.
Yes, that's right. Yes, indeed. We had lots of merrymaking and hijinks and merry japes. Lots of merry japes. And yeah, there was a bunch of people there from the Ghost Hunters, wasn't there, or some?
Yes, yeah.
Britain's Most Haunted. That is it. They came and spent the evening with us around the campfire, and we were there with what was it? He nearly died. Ah, God, what was his name? The old guy. It came up with Kai. Remember?
Oh, Tramp.
Tramp. That's it. Tramp. Yes. Bless him.
Yeah,
yes.
he was himself carbon monoxide poisoning because of his exhaust.
Yeah, his exhaust fell off his car on the way up, and he didn't realize this, but his car was filling up with carbon monoxide, and
then he drove back like it as well. And
oh, this drive's really taking it out of me. Oh.
Just a wee bit.
But yeah, he was one of the real old school guys. He came down to visit me and Tracy not long after that, but it was quite funny because I was coming back, or I either was coming home from work or coming back from the shop, and I could see in the distance, because I knew he was arriving at some point in the day, but I could see this car pulling up, and then this guy getting out of the car, and he had an American Civil War soldier's hat on, a grey one.
Oh yes, yeah.
And he had a great big buckskin jacket with all of the tassels, and he's got, you think my beard's mad, his fucking beard was out here. And every animal that was around, squirrels, hedgehogs, wild dogs, coyotes and whatever, they just all vanished.
They dispersed.
They thought that fucking
Not wearing these,
Daniel
son.
Boone was there to skin them all alive. But bless him, he came in and we had some cake and we had a couple of cups of tea, and he was just a fantastic character with lots of fantastic, wonderful stories about the early days of reenactment and the whole Viking scene. I think out of what I gathered from him was that you've got your like your World War II reenactors, you've got your Romans, you've got your Napoleonics, you've got your this, that, and the other, whatever age you're into, and you've got your Vikings. But it just seems for some reason that it kind of like accumulates a greater sense of cohesiveness and bonding within the Viking reenacting community, whereas other groups like sort of like one Civil War group down there and the other Civil War group up there, they wouldn't really have that same kind of camaraderie or kind of thing going on. But that's what I got from him, but I don't know how true that is in the wider context of things. But so, some of the events that we did do with Moment in Time, we used to have a lot of fun with the Napoleonics by raiding their camp and stealing their stuff when they were out doing their parades and stuff like that. Just generally being mischievous, much to their annoyance, but they seen the funny side of it a few weeks later, I think.
Oh, they'd have to, wouldn't they? Really?
They would. But yeah, training today was a lot of fun. People seem to be enjoying themselves.
I actually beat Bernie in a game of Tafl.
Yes, you did, and then I beat you back. Then I beat you back.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But 1 out of 3 is bad.
That's it. We're all stepping up. We're all stepping up here. And what I did say to Mike Hayward the other day when we went out to see him out at his house, that we were thinking about trying to get a Tafl championship going, Midlands Viking Tafl championship going next year. And hopefully if things do pick up and the restrictions become less, we would go to Mike at Viking Crafts for our boards for the event. And this is a big shout out to Viking Crafts. Please support all of the traders who are really kind of struggling at this stage of this lockdown, because all of the events are kind of off and people aren't really buying anything. But please buy some bits and bobs from the traders. I'll put a link.
If you have a look on Facebook, there is a reenactment raffle that I haven't seen anything coming up for it recently. But yeah, I've bought a couple of tickets, and I actually won a prize, and it was a couple of decent cast iron cooking pots. So yeah, if that's still going, reenactment raffle on Facebook, and that's supporting traders. So you would pay for a ticket. And then there's a list of prizes, and you would pick your prize, and then the money that's collected from the raffle would go to the trader for that prize.
Okay.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to because Mike isn't on Facebook, but it's
he's not. Yes, yeah.
www.vikingcrafts.co.uk. www.vikingcrafts.co.uk. vikingcrafts.co.uk. Get in there and buy something nice as a Yule present for the ones that you love in your life, or make the special
Definitely.
effort of buying something really nice and sending it to me.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Jarl gets priority.
Well, I'm a Jarl too, so yeah. He does really nice things like these. I don't know if you're
Oh
in.
yes, the statues.
Yeah, bronze, and these are really nice, and they're quite chunky and quite heavy. And this
Are
is
they pewter ones?
No. This is bronze.
Right.
Bronze.
Because he does do pewter versions as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, the pewter ones I think are 16, and these are 45. So
yeah,
I have my altar with all of the gods, all like these. It helps him out. Puts his bills being paid, puts food on his table, stuff like that. Especially
definitely.
especially in this day and age, we've got to be looking out for one another and be mindful of people who say that they're okay, but they're not really. And it's just double checking on people, really. You know, and being nice and getting out there and looking after ourselves and one another is very, very important. So
Definitely.
later on in the week, I think we're going to do another vlog, and I think we're going to be looking at more of the Havamal. So in the next 5 minutes or so on this segment, it will seem like it's been a week, but we will all look a lot more refreshed. We'll look more in tune with the world, because it's been a long day today, and we've been training and all of that kind of stuff. Okay.
Although, wasn't AD going to give us a bit of an update on our walk?
That's right, AD. Yeah, give us some more news. And yeah. So somebody came up with a really jazzy name, but nobody can remember the damn fucking name.
No, it was it was something that just came to me this afternoon.
Oh, I'm all ears.
and as previously discussed, we're gonna get together with Joe at a quarter and try and raise them some money. And so I came up with the idea of the Viking trekking for Equator.
Viking trekking for
Viking hiking.
Trekking.
Viking
hiking. That's what I came up with. What did I come up with? What did I come up with? Stop crying. I'm sorry.
I'm going to book you riding lessons on the maddest, cantankerous fucking horse at Equata, and I'm gonna personally put the damn saddle on the horse for you. So that's what I'm gonna do.
That's a worrying thought.
It is. So AD again. It's what's the name of the walk?
It's Trekkie something.
The Brekkie Trekkie walk for the Vikings.
The Trekkie Recce. The Viking Trekkie Recce.
Listen, turn a man to booze here.
Yeah, I'm on the water. I'm all right.
But yes, we've that's all kind of expanded out a little bit. I think I'm going to have a co-walker with me now.
You are. Yeah.
So we
Deputy Jarl Carl.
Pardon?
In the form of our Deputy Jarl Carl.
Absolutely, yes. So so that's I'm sure that's just gonna be an absolute scream. We're looking at because I mean he really is just mad as a box of frogs, isn't he? Really. and so we're gonna get that sorted out. We're gonna get some banners made up, and the date has now been pushed because of all what's going on at the minute. We've pushed the date back now to September.
Yeah.
And we're intending on arriving in York, York/Stamford Bridge on the 25th of September on the anniversary of the Battle of Stamford Bridge.
It's all doable. It's all doable.
So yeah, so that's all.
When are you leaving again? Because not gonna lie, I'd be curious to join in on that if I can get the time off.
Well,
Need more
we're reckoning on it taking about 10 days.
10
So
days.
if you got a few days off and you wanted or anybody really, anybody wants to
if you're setting off on a Sunday, that's one day, isn't it? Or would you be better to set off on a Saturday? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, suppose you want to set. You're going to be arriving on the 25th, so you're going to be 10 days before whatever the 25th is.
Yeah, that's your Wednesday. The Wednesday in the previous week.
Well, see, no, what I may be thinking is maybe kind of once we get to kind of Lincoln or somewhere like that, maybe have a day off and
Have a break,
and have a bit of a break. Although we were told this
a couple of days, so it ties in.
Yeah, when we were told this week about a church in Selby that actually has a Viking's skin nailed to the door of the church.
Yeah,
Which apparently was a thing that they did to any wandering Viking that got caught by himself.
Lovely.
Lovely people.
So I think it's sort of 10 days walking, but then if we factor in a kind of a day off along the trip. So if anybody wants to, hopefully people will come out and join us on the day we set off.
Yeah.
And then maybe if anybody wants to come and join us for a while over the course of the 10 days, or even come up to York at the end, and we'll all have a laugh and some photographs and jolly japes up there.
Absolutely,
a celebration that you made it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We've got to draw to a close, and in the we'll be doing the next segment of the vlog later in the week. So if we sign off here, we'll all return with some bits and pieces from the Havamal, a ruin,
Another rune,
and other bits and pieces,
maybe.
on some bits and bobs. And
we need to next episode as well. We next to Not of the Nine Worlds.
Yes,
because we've had Paul's two.
Yes.
And then it's somebody else's turn. So.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had Midgard and Mithelhelm.
Niflheim.
That's it.
Midgard and Niflheim. So guys, let's wrap it up there, and be sure to stay tuned, everybody. Don't go away, because as if by magic we will
we'll be right back
on the vlog. Okay guys, and as if by magic, we just went from there to here, and all is good. So a few days have been and gone since we recorded the last bit, so we're just waiting for people to pop up. Hold on, and admit. So yeah, here we are, and directly coming this way is Susie, and down there is the one and only, the mighty Burin.
Good evening. Hang on, I've lost you.
All good. Yeah, no, we're all good. So it only seems like 2 seconds ago since we finished the last vlog, and we've started this this part of it. So I hope everyone's well after our week, and we all met up today at training, and it was mighty good fun. Not a lot of us, but it was enough for us to do what we needed to do, and we captured some awesome video of the mighty Burren, who's down there, doing his thing. Who knew he could move in such a way?
Who knew that a taballard could move so gracefully?
It was like
It is. You're in the ankle biter.
yes,
Steady.
knee backer. But yeah, at one stage I was absolutely I was convinced that your twin brother was there and that you were fighting him.
No, he puts a. That's actually the other side of my split personality.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, okay. But
It turns up and makes an appearance now and again.
But for all you people in YouTube land, if you search for that video, it will be somewhere in the video cache or in the library of Valhalla Cafe. So have a root around for that, and you will see the mighty Burren doing his magical fighting. You're even fighting upside down for a short period during the scrap.
Absolutely, I like to think of myself as a kind of a kind of a hybrid between a weeble and a ninja.
Well, yep. You've certainly done yourself proud there, without a doubt, without a doubt. And Susie's skill at Hanefa Tafl seems to be getting better as each week goes by. So that's consecutive.
I got myself out of the jam, that was for sure.
2 weeks now. 2 weeks. You have beaten me at a game of Tafl. So things are moving along quite nicely. And a shout out to Lewis, who came back today from his time off with was it a fracture or what? What was going on with that?
I believe so, yes. It was a fracture in the arm.
A fracture on his arm, but he's done absolutely brilliant to get back in today and get stuck in. And I know he was aching a little bit towards the end of the training, but he done brilliantly, and that is hats off to him, and hopefully he'll be okay. That being said, but
he's certainly enjoying the ginger beer, so
oh gosh, yeah, this is good. And hopefully next week, this time next week, next Sunday evening, if that's I'll lose track of the days. Do we have enough of the ginger beer left to give ourselves a drink whilst we're recording the vlog and give our tasting notes?
Actually done.
There's none left here.
Done. All the first loaders now gone.
I still have mine to drink. So
you can always do your review then.
Oh well, there you go. Well, there you go. You might have to take one for the team and save yours.
I will indeed. So this time next week, on the vlog, I will open that bottle and I will take a few sips and I will give my thoughts and opinions on how.
And I'm sure our good friends at DMC will be very pleased to hear what we all thought.
I might hate it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, listen. Tell us a little bit about what's happening with your walk, and if there's any developments or any thoughts or anything that's surrounding this marvelous endeavor.
We haven't really gone much further forward than we were last week. It's still all in the early planning stages. We are planning to sort out the logo for the walk over the next few weeks. We're going to have to go and have a word with Joe over at Aquata and get everything kind of sanctioned with their committee and everything. But as regards routes and other activities, when nothing's really progressed any further than last week.
Okay. In terms of sort of like, because we had a brief natter about it, using Lincoln as a kind of like a halfway staging post. That's something that is possible, that we might develop that idea a little bit further and perhaps use that as like the halfway stage. And if there were people who are watching this who are Vikings or interested in Vikings from around the Lincoln area, to get in contact with us, and you know, we can start having a conversation about what it might, who knows what it might turn out to be, if this is something that we would do.
Yeah, what the plan is at the moment is to get the end of this awful year out the way, and then once we get started into the new year, when we've got an idea of the actual route of the walk, and we're then going to start looking at accommodation options and all kinds of different things, and then we'll start putting something sort of a little bit more cohesive together.
Well, that's brilliant stuff. So today, because I cooked our evening meal, we were in got the old bag of carrots out, and I found this in the bag of carrots. The old guy who lives next door, he says, yeah, that's called a Daventry carrot. Did you know that? Daventry.
Well, yeah, that's because of their closeness of their families, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently people in Daventry apparently have feet like this.
Yeah, it's on account of traditionally, if your family are traditional inhabitants of Daventry and surrounding area, your family tree does tend to look a little like a reef knot.
Yeah. So apparently you go over and you marry one of the Daventry girls, and you'll end up with children with feet like this. Apparently, that's what he was saying. So I don't know how true this is, but I wasn't going to eat it. But God's sake, wake up in the morning and have bits all poking out at me. I don't know. But anyway, there you go.
There you go.
Anyway, with the weird carrot conversations.
Yeah, Milo woke up for a second there. He agrees.
He agrees.
Carrot conversation, but
what have we got to talk about as regards anything Viking?
Well, what have we got to talk about? I've got a little kind of a praisey of, here we go again, Muspelhelm.
Hi, Muspelheim.
Muspelheim. I've got a quicker praisey of that for you. And then I think we've got a room coming up tonight, haven't we?
We do indeed, yes.
And then all kinds of bits and pieces. So what can I tell you then? Right, realm of fire and chaos.
Yes.
Home of the giant Sutor. Who awaits the end of time. He awaits Ragnarok, where he's going to come bursting from the earth with a sword brighter than the sun, and he's going to lay the world to ash. Basically, that's a very kind of short appraisal, but yes, it's the he's a giant. He's been encrusted in the earth, and he's awaiting his time. He's got a lot of badness to do before time ends for us all. And yes, so that's pretty much where we are there.
In the inherited memories, or science sometimes will not so much science, maybe pseudoscience might be a better way to describe it, but there's a genetic memory in which mythology can explain certain things. When you look at events that have been identified through science, like the Younger Dryas event, and that can explain something like the creation myths of the ancient Norse. And where Suter is concerned, massive eruptions of fire and streaking bolts of lightning and this, that, and the other is not too dissimilar to what may happen when a meteor slams into the earth. So when you can find it on YouTube, where a meteor flew over Siberia and hit somewhere in the middle of Siberia, but there was a massive light flash and a great big streak of lightning going through the atmosphere. So the ancient peoples of that particular time had no way to put it into any kind of understandable way of telling it. So in a sense, that's how they could get it across or make it into some sort of understandable story for their children, their grandchildren, and so it was passed on and passed on and passed on and passed on. So these kind of things become kind of like embedded in your genetic memory kind of thing. So it's a link directly back to events of the very deep and dark and distant past, where human eyes seen these events, but it's carried on down through the ancestors right the way down through to where we are today. It's an interesting thing. Must be behind the land of the land of fire, and then the other land or place that you were going to talk about is
Midgard. Midgard,
yeah,
the realm of humans, created by Odin and his brothers Vali and Veli and V. They created the first man and woman who they named Haskell and Embla.
Yeah.
And the problem was when they built this world from where all humankind came from, they didn't initially realize the frailty of man, so they knew we would need protecting. So they between our realm and theirs, they put the Bifrost Bridge so that they would be on hand to protect us from the giants and whatever other ills came our way. And the whole earth was surrounded by an ocean, and the ocean was inhabited by Jurgen
Munder.
That's the very chappy Loki's son.
Yeah.
And and he was such a huge serpent-like creature with a lot of badness about him, that he just
Yeah.
encircled the land, swallowing his own tail. And again, he waits for his opportunity, the end of time, to flood the earth.
Yeah.
So it's all going on. It's not just
we're not
blank.
far off Ragnarok at the moment with all this COVID, but yeah. Oh boy,
Well,
oh boy. So yeah.
I find the references to the land being engulfed by a poison sea, I think
It's
I
rather
like
relevant.
I like the terminology of that.
There's an ancient Irish myth called the myth of the black pig, which is, for all intents and purposes, a tsunami that engulfed half of Ireland in the prehistoric times, and as it was receding back, it left the place in total disarray and darkness, and killed everything and left everything in the land totally poisoned. And this is something that the Gael and the North mythologies blend sometimes together, or the Hiberno-Norse kind of things. But yeah, that's something that's in the ancient Irish mythologies, and it's called the black pig. And people were always, I would say, curious about finding shells and things up the sides of mountains, and wondering how the hell did they get there, and so on and so forth. And it was going back many hundreds and thousands of years previous that these events happened, where meteors were hitting the earth and throwing up all of this stuff. So it's all very interesting, very interesting. So what's our rune for today?
Our rune is Ebo.
Gibo. Cool. And what attributes have we got for Gibo?
So literal translation meaning gift.
Aha.
So, or Gifu as it was known in Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah.
To do with energy systems, exchange mechanisms, we give, we take, we trade.
Yep.
Funny that you mentioned the two trees, the first man and woman AD. When I was looking at Freya's book for this rune, it was saying that there was a story told of three gods, Odin, Honir, and Lodor, encountered two trees called Ask, who's a male tree, and Embla, who's the female tree. Each god gives the gift of life, by which they become the first man and woman.
Ah, there we go. Connects it all
so
up nicely.
Evo has that connection into sort of the gift for the first man and woman on Midgard.
That's why wood is a very sacred object in the Norse spiritual path. Was the great tree, which is known as Yggdrasil, is the great big ash tree, and it's seen as a sacred thing. And all woods have their own spiritual connection in some way or another, and they all have their own attributes and things that were well known to the Norse, and each had their own peculiarities and different uses. Particular woods were good for particular things, and others apparently were repositories of magical powers and stuff. And apparently wooden ones, they favored hawthorn as being a magical or for its magical properties. So they used hawthorn sticks, but there's all sorts of different views and opinions.
They also had a
about
connection to ash and yew, didn't they?
Yes, yeah. Yew is an interesting one because it's always, or traditionally in the the European tradition of Christianity, that a yew tree is found, or tends to be found, in graveyards for some reason, because apparently it can seem like it's dead for quite a long period of time and then almost spontaneously come back to life again. So whether that's the death and the resurrection element of it is anyone's guess. But the ancient mind thought through things in ways that we might not be able to understand. It's only like guesswork, really, that we're able to assume what they may have thought, because a lot of their stuff wouldn't have been written down by the Christians, or if it was written down, it would have been given a Christianized kind of slant. So yeah, so there we go. So hopefully next week we are having our blot on Sunday. We're looking forward to that, and we will be putting together another vlog, starting it in the week, but hopefully we can get this one up in the week sometime. And yep, so all being well, that'll be up maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Cool.
Good. Nice one.
Okay, so all that remains to be said on this vlog is to make sure that you do support your Viking traders and the people that are involved in the scene that are currently not, how would you say, getting any trade or any custom because of no events and things like that happening. But it's to reach out, make sure that you buy stuff from the traders, keep the scene going. We need to be looking after one another, and where we can, we have to stay as safe as we can. And if we can train with other groups, all being well, and everybody's welcome at our training sessions, most definitely. And yeah, that's it for this vlog, I think. Has anybody else got anything they want to chip in?
No, I think we're covered.
Indeed. Just one more thing. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the page, and if you've got any suggestions or any comments, put a comment below.
This is the way of Blood Axe.
Okay, this is the way of Blood Axe.
Tune in to our Facebook page. Just search for us with Blood Axe Vikings, and keep up to date on everything that's happening and the training times, so on and so forth. So all well, all good. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. And I'm going to do it right this time. I'm going to press the right button and not.
See you next week.
Okay, see you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And